Hello everyone, and welcome to another book review in Alex's reading room. Today we are going to be reviewing Escape from Camp 14 by Blaine Harden. Let's start off with the basics. I always want to make a comment about it immediately, but we have to start with the basics, so that's where we're going to start. I would consider this book a memoir. As far as I understand it, the only person to escape alive from a North Korean prison camp, which is crazy. Or maybe just one of the only people. I actually don't know. But this is actually a crazy story. But I'm going to leave it in the memoir section. All right, I'm getting carried away. Next to these ratings, it's been a little while since I've written it, so they say some of them have question marks by them, but we'll get into it. For the sexuality, I actually have a 0 out of 3, although I may be wrong because of some of the stuff that goes on in these prison camps. I may be wrong about that. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments, please. For the language, I have it a 1, but I don't remember very well. I just remember light language. I don't remember any heavy language. For substance, I have it a 0. For death and injury, 3 out of 3. Right. This is not an advanced read, however, and the age rating that I have set for this is 15. You could make an argument for 18, but I have it as 15. It's hard to even talk about this book. This kind of stuff goes on for so many people whose stories don't get told. In short, it's the story about how a man escaped a North Korean prison camp. His name is Shin Dong-hyuk. Perhaps it's actually a different name. There's talk about how he worked in these different areas of the prison camp, how he did different jobs and everything like that, and how just on a whim, the prison guards could easily just beat you or just kill you. And this actually was a camp where the prisoners were not expected to ever get out. They were expected to stay in there for the rest of their lives, which would likely be very short because of the conditions that they were subject to, getting very, very little food and all the beatings and killings, just executions everywhere. And it's just crazy what they had to go through. I am going to go into the spoiler section because there's so much to go through. But before I do, I want to say I rated this book a 9 out of 10. It's a very, very good, engaging book. So spoilers. This guy at some point gets put into a dungeon within the camp, and there's depictions of, there's actually a picture in here. I don't want to show it on screen, but there's a picture where they chain up his arms and feet and hold them. Oh yeah, and hold his stomach with a meat hook, and then they burn a fire underneath him. So it's it's burning his back, and there's a section where he watches, he's responsible for his mother and brother were executed. And I think I read at one point where there's certain things that he actually changed. The details were changed where both of them were shot. In the original version of the book, he said that his mother was hanged and his brother was shot, but there's part where he got part of his finger cut off, and they were so starved they actually had to eat undigested kernels of corn that they found in cow dung because they were so hungry. He talks about how much he hates his mother, hated at least, and how he actually was kind of glad that she was being executed because it would thought it would score him brownie points. But in the end, it just scored the guard that he told brownie points. And the guard just used it to his own advantage. And so basically he told on his mother for nothing. He talks about how he would be so hungry that he would steal some of his mother's food or steal his whole mother's food. So his mother would have nothing to eat. And his mother is the one that had to go out and work and meet this quota to get the food for him and her. But he ate her food, and so she would beat the crap out of him. To be honest, I kind of understand that. I kind of get it because if she can't eat, then she can't meet the quota and she can't get the food. So it's you're killing both of us. And it talks about how when he, in order to escape the electric fence, he was trying to escape with this one other person, and the other person went through first and ended up getting shocked and killed. And he only was able to escape because he crawled over the dead body. I just have to say, it's just a fantastic book. I highly recommend it. It's just so sad that this stuff still goes on in the world. And you read a story like A Child Called It, okay? And that's a story of child abuse, and that's awful. That's totally reprehensible stuff and unbelievable that it happened. and still does happen, by the way. There is some sort of mechanism in place to get these kids help that are being abused. And there are consequences for the people that do it. Perhaps we can complain that the consequences are not severe enough, but there is a system for consequences nevertheless. With these North Korean prison camps, there are no consequences. These people can do what they want, and they're rewarded for brutal behavior, treating these prisoners like subhuman. It's utterly terrible. Just very interesting book. I recommend everyone read this book. Fantastic read, not because of the content therein, but just of the way that it sheds light on all of the atrocities that are still being committed by North Korea. It's honestly, it's so sad to read about. Just such an incredible experience to read about this man's story. But with that, I'm going to conclude the review. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more book reviews because I have plenty on the way. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next book review.